another video brought to you by CEZOR, and today we are going to look at the BenQ XL2546 240Hz gaming monitor. The model number over here is XL2546. It's a 240Hz monitor, and it is designed especially for esports gaming. So let's take a little closer look at what this monitor is all about. Now if you see, the screen of the monitor has a matte finish. So the matte finish is basically, it does not give the reflection of any other surfaces, and it's much better on the eye. Then we move on to something very interesting. It's called the side guards, or you could say the shields. Now what are these shields about? So you see over here, these shields can be swiveled the way that you want it to, all the way at the back, but this pretty much does not make sense. So the reason the shields are there is for, as a professional esports player, if you need to focus on the game, you really need to focus on the game, and you don't need any distractions, like some light distractions or things like that. So the shield, what it does, it creates a barrier for you to focus only onto the screen. And esports, as I say, it's a very important thing that you need to be really focused. This helps in doing so. Now, taking a look at the monitor again, we will look at the other side of the monitor over here, is where you can see the USB. You have the two USB 3.0 ports, and you have the audio input, and the audio jack out and microphone input. Along with that, you have a little additional bonus feature over here. The feature is called the headset holder. Now what is this all about? It's just with the press of a button, you have something that just pops out over here, and you can just hang your headset holder over here. So that's pretty interesting for one to do that, and you can just push it back right in. Then apart from that, we have something as a little controller over here, which is you could say the S switch, as what they call it. So this you can select your game profiles by taking 1, 2 and 3, which is fully customizable. So you can have around 3 presets of your color settings and your black equalizer and so on and so forth. And also it is a nice controller, so you can sort of control your on-screen display with this. Coming to another feature over here is that of course it can be rotated from side to side. We've got this, and we've got the front tilt, up tilt, and you have a very pretty neat holder over here. So you can just hold this thing by a little sort of like a handle over here, and you can just lift up the esports monitor. So that's pretty convenient. Then you have the tilt motion from left to right, and if you look at the base, we have something here which is it's a square stand. It's a very rectangular stand. Now the thing about the rectangular stand is that the rectangular stand offers a good amount of stability to the monitor. So at the times of heavy intense gaming, the monitor doesn't shake a lot. As you can see, it's pretty stable over here. And a very interesting feature, if you again look at the base stand itself, is that we have a little marker over here that works. So you can have your presets, and for in some cases when you have your keyboard tilted in such a form, like when esports players play in this form, so you can just shift your base accordingly and then correct your monitor for your display. Okay, so once we're done with that, we have straight. Then we have height adjustment. Height adjustment is something where you need the position of your monitor, vertical position of your monitor, as to how you're sitting, how you play the game. Now interestingly, apart from that, we have a little sort of you could say a measure at the side with a marker, so that you can know that okay, my height is, let's say, at the marking point of 10. So you can move the red marker to the 10, and then you can just set it over there, so that the next time you set up your monitor, it's pretty easy. You can just set it up to 10 and that's it. and it has a nice round cable manager as the stand itself, and yeah, that's pretty much the physical aspects of the monitor that you see. And yeah, you some little buttons over here for the on-screen display navigation. Now we will talk about the monitor features. Now, why this is an esports monitor. First thing, 240 Hz refresh rate. So that's something amazing. That if you're going to play FPS gaming, so you really need that kind of refresh rate at 240 Hz FPS or above 300 FPS. So that is one feature with one MSRT microsecond response time. Then you have something called as dynamic accuracy, DYAC as Zowie likes to call it. This particular technology is proprietary to BenQ. Now what does this do? This improves your accuracy of your aim when you're in FPS shooting. Then what it does, it sort of where your crosshair is, so it focuses on your enemy, and the movement of the enemy is clearer, so that when you shoot, you ensure that you get a proper hit. Like visually, you know that okay, this enemy is moving from left to right, so you can track it properly and shoot. Plus, it also helps in the recoil movement of your gun, so it pretty much smoothens out that particular area. So you can play better. So that is one technology that is something great. Apart from that, it has a black equalizer settings where you can brighten up the black areas on your screen while not affecting the white colors. Then adding to that, we have something which is called the color vibrance. The color vibrance is something where you can decrease the saturation of the color, so that you can spot your enemies in, let's say, for example, you're playing a game like PUBG, so you can differentiate your enemy hiding in the fields. So that color differentiation will help you spot your enemy and go for the kill. Apart from that, there is another feature called as smart focus. So smart focus is something where you can set a particular area on your screen to have the proper focus. Mostly it will be in your center where the crosshair is, so that you're not really distracted by the other side, and you just focus right into the center. So that is somewhere it's really important while you're in game. Apart from that, the monitor is flicker free. Currently it's a TN panel, and it doesn't have the NVIDIA, what do you call that, NVIDIA G-Sync. Yes, it's G-Sync module. It's not currently this monitor doesn't have the G-Sync module, but it is mostly focused and mostly designed for esports games. So like if you're into playing esports or competitive esports, mostly on the professional level, this is the monitor that you need to go in for, because this makes all the ticks. And in my opinion, it's a pretty decent monitor to use, and a pretty much esports oriented monitor is what I would like to call it. It got all the little nicks and knacks that one is looking for at the time of playing the game.